Lonzie Barton's mother will spend the next 5 years in prison for the death of her son. Lonna Barton got 5 years for child neglect and 1 year for lying to police. And she's serving those sentences concurrently. And joining us now is Randy Reep, a local attorney not affiliated with the case, to talk about the verdict and the sentence. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning.
So, again, 5 years total, really. Some people were shocked. Some people thought, that's not enough. What do you think?
Well, on the not enough part, that's the max that she could get in a third-degree felony. So there wasn't going to be more than that here, notwithstanding that there's a dead child and people are frustrated about that. On the other hand, 5 years is an awful lot, really, for that's the max sentence for somebody who doesn't have a horrific criminal history. I think it's more speaking that the judiciary thinks she was lying.
Yeah. With the whole pregnancy lie and everything else, it just kind of seems like one lie after another. How did that fare for her when she was actually...
Well, it hurt her long term. If you think that, I think the judge probably said, hey, if there's anybody that ever was going to get the max sentence, it'd be somebody who set the case up like this. It's important to understand that all those lies that both of them told are the things that really hamstrung the state from being able to prosecute either of them on longer charges. Neither of them are trustworthy in front of a jury.
Right. Reuben with 20, I know we talked about that. That's a long sentence.
It is a long sentence, and particularly if you're looking at the evidence that really was against him. Now, maybe more evidence would have come forward. They would have put more pressure on Lonna Barton, and I think his defense team did a very good job of getting what they could out of that, and I think the state did a fantastic job at 20 years on a case that may have been, like we saw in Orlando with the Casey Anthony, where there may not have been a conviction at all.
Yeah, talk about, you have to have the evidence, the type of evidence, but this may not be over, you said.
Well, I think the state in their press conference may have tipped their hand a little bit and said, hey, we can't bring manslaughter charges against her right now. There'd have to be more evidence. I think now that you see him getting 20 and her get 5, maybe he suddenly wants to take a little vengeance out. I don't know that to be the case, but I would not be surprised. I think you're going to find that this case is probably resolved as it relates, regrettably, to the child, but it may not be over if future evidence comes forward. This is different than O.J. Simpson. She could be tried for manslaughter.
Yeah. Baker County, she's got drug charges there, but you said you don't think that's really going to make a huge difference on her prison time.
No, I mean, the judge in Baker County could, and maybe has reason in this particular case to run them consecutive to whatever sentence she gets. We recognize it's a drug charge, and they need to be somewhat consistent with how they sentencing in drugs. But she was out on bond and committed a new law violation while out on bond, so the possibility of getting a consecutive sentence is possible. She might absorb a couple more years here, but I don't think you'll see anything dramatic, and I would not be the least bit surprised if these cases run concurrent, meaning at the same time.
How do you think the state did?
I think they did a fantastic job. I think this was the logical conclusion to a chess match that was played out by Rich Manti, Angela Corey, and Al Perkins on the defense side. And I think this is the logical conclusion with two very talented teams litigating a case. I think they played it perfectly. And I think that they would tell you that they're very impressed getting 5 years on Lonna Barton, who actually was the one who broke this case by starting to cooperate, and they still got the max sentence they could. I think they did a really nice job.
Yeah, that was a little surprising, too, because usually when people are, oh, I'll give you this info and that, then they don't get as much time.
They expect to get a little bit of love. Now, at the end of the day, recognize the judge is the one who imposes the sentence, and I think the judge was pretty clear, and we wouldn't be here if you had cooperated from day one.
Right, absolutely. And just to wrap it up, because I know we don't have much time, JSO, how do you think they did, too? Because they were a big aid in getting what evidence that we could get.
It appears like they did about as thorough job. You recognize, regrettably, a lot of evidence from other cases came up as a result of the thorough search that they did. I think they did a real nice job in this particular case.
Well, we appreciate you coming on this morning. And again, we'll continue to keep you covered and let you know what happens in Baker County. If you want to read or rewatch any of our stories on the Lonzie Barton investigation, head over to our website, news4jax.com. The story is on our homepage under the top stories.